Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to today's video on the zodiac sign of Libra. Libra is symbolised by the image of the scales, which represents their need for balance and their striving towards fairness in all aspects of life. Speaking of balance, the sun enters this zodiac sign right after the autumn equinox, or the Sabbat of Mabon, which is all about the balance of equal day and night before we move into the darker part of the year. So Libra fits in very nicely with that, and if you saw in my last video all about Mabon, or the autumn equinox, in that video I talk about how the symbol of Libra itself is like the sun going down on the horizon. It looks a bit like a sunset with a line and then a lump in the middle, kind of like the sun going down, and that represents how when Libra hits, when the sun enters the sign of Libra, we're really entering the sunset period of the year. So Libra is really about that sunset period and reflecting on the balance of the light and the dark within you and in all facets of life. Libra belongs to the element of air, which governs our thoughts, ideas, and mental processes. The element of air also correlates to the suit of swords in traditional tarot. So if you're doing a tarot reading and you pick out a swords card, you can think about all the air signs in the zodiac, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, and how these energies are being integrated into your life. So of the three air signs present in the astrological year, Libra is the cardinal one, meaning that just like Cancer and Aries, which I also covered in previous videos, like these other two signs, Libras are generally speaking the most driven, ambitious, and go-getting of all the signs belonging to that element. So of the three air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Libra can be said to be the one that is the most active in pursuing new goals, the most into new ideas, new projects. I believe I mentioned this in a previous video where the word cardinal is derived from a Latin word which basically means important, signifying that when a cardinal sign hits, or when the sun enters a zodiac sign that is of the cardinal quality, it marks an important shift in the seasons. So obviously moving from the autumn equinox into the darker part of the year and towards Samhain or Halloween, it's a very pivotal point of the year where we really start to embrace the darkness, delve into our shadow selves, do some shadow work, and prepare for a more quiet, cold, and introspective period. So Libra represents the ages of around 42 to 49 in a stereotypical human's development, whereby this human will typically be trying to formulate arrangements and plans for how they are going to move into the second part of their life and how that will look like. So as they are passing that middle-age period, typically that will mean that they are having to redefine what their relationships will look like and reconsidering the ways that they can relate to others moving into this latter half of their lives. All of this can be said to require a lot of mental processing and analysing things, and this ties in really well with Libra's element of air that governs those processes, as well as just needing to weigh up different options and assess the pros and cons of different ways that they can move forward. And again, this ties into Libra being symbolised by the scales, the need for balance, and weighing up different options before moving into any kind of decision. Libra is also ruled by the planet of Venus, much like the earth sign of Taurus is. However, whilst Taurus, the fixed earth sign, enjoys this very relaxed, not stagnant, but almost just kind of still, leisurely approach to beauty, harmony, and love, which the planet of Venus governs, Libra is much more likely to be more outgoing and I suppose extroverted with these values, trying to bring those values of beauty, harmony, and love between people out into the world. A social butterfly, if you will, who wants to make the world aware of all of their many charms and graces, also doing so in a more proactive and driven way thanks to their cardinality, as I mentioned earlier. So if anyone watching this video does belong to the sign of Libra and subscribes to the concept of deity in any way, then I would recommend looking into working with the goddess Venus, or Aphrodite, who that planet is named after, as you will likely have an inherent affinity towards working with her and her energies. Now, in terms of tarot correspondences, I briefly touched on the fact that Libra is an air sign and thus correlates to the suit of swords in traditional tarot, which is also governed by air. However, in terms of the major arcana, The card associated with Libra is justice, and given that the symbol of Libra is the scales, it's kind of no surprise that that card associated with them is all about the scales of justice in a way. So when we're talking about justice and the quest for justice and fairness, we're really talking about the need for putting emotional biases aside so we can reach a truly fair judgment based in as many factual realities as possible. And this necessary separation from emotion to achieve true justice, true fairness, and true balance is something that is summed up in the fact that Libra is an air sign, governing the head, the mind, and the thoughts. This fits them better than if they were a water sign, which is all about the heart centre. However, as I mentioned, since Libra is also ruled by Venus, the planet named after the goddess of love, there may well be a little bit of a conflict here between the head and the heart for most Librans when it comes to their decision making. And this is something that they may have to spend a lot of time weighing up within themselves, the balance between what their head might want and what their heart might want. And this is where their slightly negative reputation for procrastination comes from, as it can take them a while to reach conclusions to important decisions, as within many Librans there is this conflict that they need to weigh up before diving headfirst into anything. Even though they are driven and ambitious signs with their cardinality, it's all about trying to find the balance moving forward and how that balance and fairness can bring beauty into the world and fairness into the world as much as possible, thanks to their being ruled by Venus, as I said. So crystals that would be best for Libra would be, as an example, opal, which helps in matters of judgment, as well as jade, which bolsters one's courage to make compassionate decisions. Plants and the herbs for Libra green witches, if there's any of you out there watching this video, to focus on could be pansies, primroses, violets, or strawberries. I think strawberries is a very fitting fruit or plant for Librans, as it is all about that sweetness and that beauty of life, which Libra is really all about at the end of the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it made sense to you. I've not made a video for a while, some of you might be aware, so I'm having to get back into the mindset of it now, as there are a lot of big astrological and pagan-y kind of events coming up with Samhain, the Sabbath of Samhain, Halloween, and the big full moon that is also a blue moon happening on the same day. I will be coming out with videos on both of those topics very soon, so make sure you subscribe if you would like to see those when they come out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and for all your support as usual, and blessed be.